guys, what's up? It's me. It is chapter 2 of RWBY Volume 5. I know I'm a little bit late on this. Like I was late on the last one. Hopefully this won't be taken down. If it is, I'm sorry. I don't know what's causing it. I know it's the YouTube bot, but hopefully that'll get sorted out soon. So this is chapter 2, and I believe it's called something ominous. Let me double check what that was. It was like, oh yeah, dread in the air, which is fun. I do have some spoilers for this episode because I'm not quite in the habit of avoiding the internet again. So I know, I have a vague idea what happens to Sienna Khan. I think I know what happens. I know that there's a shot of like Adam on the throne. I know that the Grim Bees, I think, and there's a Weiss fight that Kim worked on. I don't know who else worked on it, but shout out to Kim Newman for working on that film. On that fight scene. I'm very excited to see it. I love my girl Weiss, so I am excited for this, and I'm fear. Yeah, let's just... Back to the fairy tale, back to the show, back to the wall, and there's nowhere to go. Desperate, all past it first. Things looking bleak, yeah, they're bearing it worst. I don't know all the words yet. I'm doing my best. I love him. Oh, that must be the Spring Maiden because she has a Raven tattoo. Oh, my girl! My girl! My other girl! I'm too tired to try to hit that note right now. Oh my gosh, Salem was the thumbnail for it, and oh, my cat is very hyper right now, so you might be hearing some bumping.
Are we ready?
Oh, fuck. I don't like you. Little noodle leg. Do not smile like that, you rat-faced shithole. Ooh, no. Is he gonna take him to the... If you are taking Watts down to where you have the mystical remnant sanctum of magic and wonder and maiden shit, I'm gonna... Oh. You're gonna talk to her!
To you. Your Grace. Are you there?
Lord Sauron has appeared.
Hello, Leonardo. Do you have something to report?
Of course, ma'am. I would not waste your time if not.
I'm still just so fascinated by this creature. Cinder dear, are we coming through? Can you see us clearly? Well, as clearly as you can.
Shut up. She can speak again, what the fuck?
Goody. You've recovered.
Your report. What is it?
I've found the Spring Maiden.
Is that so? Well done,
Crow, please tell me you love
Arthur.
Arthur.
Had I known how useful you'd be
Arthur
in
Watts.
expediting this process, I would have sent you long ago.
Boy.
As much as I'd love to take credit, ma'am, I can't say that either of us are to thank for this development.
Crow.
I guess you could say a little birdie told us.
Explain.
Okay, so those are the little tongue tentacle
You
things
see, ma'am,
that were attacking
Crow
him.
Bronwyn arrived at Haven Academy earlier today.
I would have brought that up
He
sooner.
believes Spring has taken residence with his sister's tribe.
Is the girl with him?
Yes.
Yes, Miss Rose was in attendance.
Cinder's like, I'm
And
a
you
punch a
know of the
bitch.
tribe's location?
God, I
Yes,
love her
ma'am.
outfit. I really
But you
want
have
to
to
cosplay
hurry. Crow is already at odds with my...
it. Yep, there's that.
Leonardo, do you remember the first time we met? I remember your fear. But since that day, you've been extraordinarily brave. I won't forget all that you've done for me. Do not forget everything I can do to you.
Okay. Oh boy. So that explains that part.
Cinder, you and your team will meet with Dr. Watts and together convince Raven Bronwyn that the survival of her people depends on her cooperation. Once you have Spring under control, escort her to the relic and contact Hazel. The White Fang was promised the destruction of Haven, and they'll have it once we have what we need.
Understood.
Okay,
Not
so
you, Arthur. Tyrion's in need of a new tail.
Happened to
Cybertail.
his old one.
Guess.
The silver-eyed girl.
Anger.
It will be done.
Good.
God, I cannot wait to cosplay Ruby's outfit.
Seems Crow was right, Lionheart. The students aren't pushovers.
Yeah,
You're free to speak your mind.
for once.
I don't understand. Working with bandits? Keeping Ruby alive? What's the point? We're strong enough to take what we want by force.
It's not about force.
Never underestimate the usefulness of others. Take Leonardo. He was one of Ozpin's most trusted, and yet now... You will have the power I promised you when the time is right. But remember that it comes with a cost.
Wait,
If Ruby Rose has learned to harness her gift,
Which she
then
hasn't.
you must take care to protect yours.
ooh.
There's only so much I can do to aid you.
Angry bow. God, I love her design.
And Cinder, before you go, inform Tyrion that I wish to have a word with him.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Also, shout out to Cinder for keeping the glass heels. Salem, bitch. Why? God, I love her outfit. Has she ever been to Minstrel? Do we know? Like, maybe to perform, but like...
Where are we?
Nowhere good. Passing by some of Lake Matsu's floating islands. The gravity dust that forms in these things has given us a little turbulence.
so
Nothing
that's
I
what that
can't
looks like.
handle, but the islands sometimes hide some nasty grim.
So the gravity dust
I'm
roads
just
going...
betting on our friends in distress, keeping them preoccupied.
Like that?
Look out!
You've got to be kidding me!
By the gods, we lost Percy! Help!
Who is that? That sounds familiar. Ugh, bees? Oh, what the? That is bullshit. No.
We're locked!
Oh, you're a huntress.
Everyone abandoned ship!
Ugh.
Lancers. Freaking Lancers.
Lancers.
Alright, buckle up!
That mirror theme.
What we should have done in the first place.
Yes.
You're carrying dust, right?
Officially, no. Actually,
Yes.
yes.
Schnee.
Then when I tell you, open the rear door.
Yes. Can we just take a moment to appreciate that she's
Make it quick!
using, like, not forbidden, I guess, but like contraband dust. Like that is such a different part. Like she's always had this handed to her, and so she's going out of her way. But that's just a huge symbolism thing, and I really want to point that out because that is very significant, and my heart is racing. God, why can't they do that?
Kid!
We're cutting it close!
Ready!
Stability. Come on, give us a badass song. Come on, Jeff and Casey.
Yeah!
Weiss! Yeah, she's long range. She's almost like a magic caster.
Hold on.
Yeah, maybe give a little bit the gravity crystals. If they're incorporating what they weren't able to include for Volume 3, Target practice. God, I love my girl! I need to figure out this piano theme.
What was that?
We're hooked.
Yep! Oh, she's gonna get up close and personal. Yes!
I've got an idea. Hold on.
To what? Give her a side. Gravity crystals. Love the crunch. Oh, that wasn't what I thought it was. That works too.
Can you find a pair of islands we can fit between?
Kid, you are reading my mind.
Who is that? Because that voice is familiar. God, this is such a cool shot! Yo! Oh, she woke him up. This is what it's like to be a huntress. Please yell at him.
Great going, kid. We are in the clear.
No, you're not. The queen.
It's a Queen Lancer!
What?
Ugh, I do not like what that part looks like. Come on, Weiss. I know you're drained.
Do something!
She's doing her best. Oh shit! Between my mind and my heart, this is where I start.
I can see the shoreline. God, we're not gonna make it.
Shame that it took so long to rescue me. Guilt you used to tie me to your family tree. Yes! Her signature move! Summoning! Me. Your patriarchal prison won't hold me. Yeah! Now I'm done. Self together now. My mind and heart are one. God, it's so cool! She's gonna jump on it. She's so drained. She has to put all of her concentration in it. Shit! It's what she used to fight off. It's what she used to fight off. So the guy who crash landed Mistral. Also, he lost his ultimate, but they're alive. Close the hatch, dude. Smart. God, Weiss, how do you still have enough energy for that? Ooh, it's breaking through her glyphs. It's going too fast and she's not strong enough.
Adam, I'm not going to repeat myself. So I want you to listen when I tell you that the White Fang will not attack Haven Academy.
Okay.
High Leader Khan, I am begging you.
You should beg for forgiveness and nothing else.
True.
The assault you led on Beacon was not the great victory you clearly think it was.
Ooh.
And you should be grateful your punishment wasn't more severe.
I need to know who
You
RWBY
are a
is.
symbol for many in our organization. But that doesn't make you infallible.
True.
I was merely trying to follow your example, my leader.
And what example might that be?
Strength. Strength and unwavering conviction. The humans have seen that strength now.
I was one of the first to suggest violence where violence was necessary.
Of course.
Peace bred complacency, and acceptance of our place in the world. I will not allow humanity to push us down without pushing them back. But the destruction of the Huntsman Academies crosses a line. The loss of the CCT has brought global communication to a crawl, and the White Fang is more of a target now than ever before.
True.
You have
He wasn't
justified
thinking.
humanity's campaign against us. And for what? Empty promises from a group of humans? Humans we still know nothing about, and come and go as they please. These are not examples of strength, Adam. They are examples of your talents being diminished by short-sightedness.
If you want to know more about the humans, then why not talk to one of them yourself? Hazel!
Shit. Wait, so he is human.
Took you long enough.
God, his voice is low.
What is this?
So they all have uniforms, but also uniform spears that seem to have grim motifs as well.
Apologies. I don't aim to cause any trouble.
Okay, McCree.
You've brought a human to this location?
You should hear what he has to say.
This is grounds for execution.
Ma'am,
Shit.
please.
Please do it.
Nobody needs to die today.
Yes, they do. And I'm pretty sure
just
Sienna
asking
does.
for a moment of your time.
The longer you stay here, the less of a chance you
What's his
have of
tattoo?
leaving alive.
I'll take those chances.
It's either a tattoo
if
or a
you
scar.
don't mind.
God, I love her design. I need to know who did that.
You don't like me. You have no reason to like me. But you don't have to like me to get the results you want.
I'm starting to doubt either of you fully comprehend what it is that I want.
True.
I want humanity to fear the Faunus, to know that we demand respect. I do not want to start a war with the humans that we cannot win.
That's where you're wrong.
He thinks they can win. He's gonna kill her.
We can win a war against the humans. Not only because we have the support of Hazel's master, but because the Faunus are the dominant species of this planet. We're better than humans.
Don't let him get
we
that
have
close.
Everything humans have and more. Humans shouldn't just fear the Faunus. They should serve the Faunus.
Jesus.
I've had enough of this conversation for tonight. Guards, take them away.
No, it's a coup.
I said take them away.
I will admit, Sienna,
This is some
you
Dai
were
Li
right
shit.
about my popularity. My followers in Vale already see me as the true High Leader, and many here in Mistral feel the same.
Yep. Military coup.
What are you doing?
What's right for the Faunus?
He's gonna end up hurting Salem. more
From
than I
this
think.
day forward, I will be the one to lead the White Fang.
If you think I'll just step aside and follow beneath you,
God, I love her animation.
I know.
Off?
Thank you, Sienna. You were there when our people needed you.
But they need you
They need
longer.
me now.
God, that
I'm
look.
sorry you couldn't see this through to the end.
Salem's not gonna be happy.
Give our former leader a proper burial. All who were here tonight will
That's-
claim that Sienna was murdered by a human huntsman.
Entering.
Sienna Khan will become a martyr for our cause. Her final act as High Leader.
Is promoting him. He had some affection towards her. Some form of connection. Otherwise, his reaction would be unjustified.
When were you planning on telling me about that?
This was my business, not yours.
It's our business now. And I don't appreciate you withholding things like that.
Your master was concerned with Sienna's willingness to cooperate. Now she doesn't have to be.
Nobody needed to die today.
Ooh. So he doesn't want to kill that many people. Yeah, I saw that image. I saw that of him.
I disagree.
Hope you get sliced in half from Uranus up to your face, Buckar. Weiss. Yeah, her aura must have already been depleted. Oh shit, is the captain dead? Bandits.
Help! Please!
What do you think?
Brownwin.
I think we just hit the jackpot.
Shame that it took so long to rescue me from the guilt you used to tie me to your family tree. I guess your training's failed, you're not in charge of me. Your patriarchal prison won't hold me. Now this conversation's finally over, mirror, mirror, now I'm done. Put myself together now, my heart and heart.
Okay, I thought his outfit was different, so it is a time skip difference. Oh, and they scaled it up against Blake. So I knew Sienna was gonna die. That much I did know. Because the internet is bad at hiding spoilers, and no one was tagging things, even though I have it blacklisted. So that was kind of a bummer that I already knew that. But oh boy, Weiss, you beautiful, beautiful ice queen. I love her. That was a beautiful fight. That was awesome. That was very well done. Shout out to Kim and the other animators who worked on it. I'm afraid I don't remember who else worked on it. But God, that was good. So Leo was one of Ozpin's most trusted, and then something about she used something to convince him that to join her. Sienna didn't want a war, she just wanted to be feared, and Adam, of course, pulled a straight up Dai like that was some straight up Avatar Last Airbender Azulo. It's like, you beat me at my own game. No, you were never even a player. Like that kind of mentality, which was really cool, but also I think his ambition is definitely going to be what strikes him down. Hazel's an interesting character. So far, we don't know much about him, but I think it's interesting how insistent he was that no one needed to get hurt, considering the organization that he's working for is one that's so insistent on causing destruction and pain, and yet he was very clearly upset in regard to the death of Sienna. It's like no one needed to die tonight. Again, I want to bring up the symbolism of Weiss using, like, so that was an illegal cargo ship, like, because there is the dust embargo, it's not supposed to go anywhere. So that was dust being transferred over to Mistral illegally, and so she used essentially black market dust, but used the core essence of the Schnee family, the Schnee family semblance. And I'm proud of her, and I love her. It was a moment similar to the end of Volume 3, when she used the ability to summon her innate ability as a Schnee to protect a Faunus girl, Velvet, which is so against everything her father stands for. This is another situation of that same thing, and I love that she talked back to the guy, and she was like, what we should have done in the first place. We could have saved all of these people, but no, you're being stupid. Also, she's totally wiped, because if you remember Volume 1, just putting all the glyphs up on the cliff face to get Ruby up to the top exhausted her. At the end of Volume 3, going around and doing the dart thing that she did, which she did again in this episode, completely exhausted her. So the reason that she has that ash on her, like she did again in Volume 3, her aura is depleted. She is red zone. She has no defenses. She can't do anything with her semblance because there's simply no more energy to draw on. And of course Raven is there, because of course Raven is there. And I feel like if Crow and Ruby go after them, she's probably going to be gone by then, but they're going to find traces of her, and Ruby's going to be like, shit. And I'm excited. Things are heating up with Blake. I hate Adam. I love his new design, though. It's very good. I was like, this doesn't look like his volume 1 through 3 design. It didn't quite seem the same. And I was wondering if I just remembered it poorly, and then it said on the concept art time skip, so that explains, that. Sienna Khan has a gorgeous design. I need to know who did it. I wish I would cosplay her, but I'm not dark enough, and I don't want to have to deal with all of that stuff. It's not my place. So, but God, that's a really cool design. I want to draw her a lot. Like, I knew she was gonna die. That was kind of something that unfortunately had been spoiled for me, because I know a lot of people on the internet were bitching about how she went down so easily, and it's like, she wasn't expecting a fight. She wasn't expecting Adam to kill her, like, and she was gonna go down with a fight. He just beat her to it. Just the whole, like, you undermine my popularity. I fucking hate him. I hope that, I still really want Blake and Yang to tag team his ass, and, like, Yang to be, like, about to kill him, or Blake to be about to kill him, and Blake just has this moment of, you're not even worth this. You're not worth a second more of my time, a second more of my thought. Everything you did, I wasted my life chasing after, like, trying to make up for the things that we did together, and then trying to run away from you, and I'm done living my life in fear of you. And just fucking leaving him to be killed by Graham. Like, please. Aside from that, there was a couple things I wanted to bring up. I made a joke last week that I don't think a lot of people got. I was like, man, I can't believe Nora's ready to kill a child, and a lot of people thought that it meant that, like, I was mad at Nora. I was not mad at Nora. I completely understand. Like, honestly, if someone knocks at my door in my dorm and I don't know who they are, I immediately get the defensive. So it wasn't like, it was a reference to a meme. I probably should have made that more clear. I'm excited the next episode's Blake. I'm actually gonna watch that right now because I'm recording this the day this is supposed to be out because I haven't had time with school. Also, some people asked me to explain mood, and that's a mood. At least in my friend group, we usually mood, it's basically like saying same. So, like, if a pencil rolls off the table and hits the floor, it's like, God, same. Like, fucking, that's a mood. That's just, like, my current emotional feeling. I find it particularly relatable. Also, I want to give a shout out to Millie Gonzalez, who, she was an animator at RT. She recently finished up, had her last day there, and she's doing on to Sony Pictures, or Sony Imagination, Sony something, and I just want to be like, I want to wish her luck. And you guys should go give her some good words, because, like, I saw her senior film back when I was still applying to art school. Like, she's done some really amazing work for the show. I cannot wait to see what she has done in the future, and just thank you, Millie, for all of your amazing work here, because you've done some really awesome things, and you're really chill, and I'm very happy I've gotten to meet you. Also, as usual, shout out to RWBY. That was awesome. I loved all the effects with Weiss and her glyphs. They all have a slightly different configuration, which is something that I very much enjoy, but also makes my life difficult when I want to draw her, which I really want to do, but I can't because I have homework. I'm excited for the next episode. I'm just excited for the season. This theme song is a baller. I'm sorry I was saying this entire episode, but This Life Is Mine is my fucking jam. So I'm just gonna, this is gonna be a pretty short episode. I'm gonna call it there because there's not really much more for me to say. Oh, about Yang, because I was saying that, like, she was just able to tap into her semblance. She was using her emotional pain, and I thought about that earlier, but it clearly does, like, have some consequences because she was shaking afterwards. Because it's like, it is very difficult to tap into emotional damage and then just immediately try to tap out of it. It's not something that you can just, like, turn on and off like a faucet. It's a lot more like a dam. So I think she's definitely gonna run into that problem. And fucking Adam, I'm gonna kill his ass. I just, I don't like that boy. I was actually kind of hoping that he would, like, take off his mask and fucking, like, look at her, but I feel like that's gonna be saved for a different reveal, something involving Blake. So I'm excited for that. I love Weiss. I know that she's gonna be okay, but, like, I want to see how she reacts to Raven, because I feel like, unfortunately, that this is something that she was trained for, that she was prepared, like, okay, you are the daughter, you are the heiress of the Shiny Dust Company. You're going to probably be kidnapped at one point before you take over this title. Here's how you handle it. So she's probably going to be pretty good in that situation. Just that she may just have to wait to escape a little bit. I'm interested to see how it goes, and I'm interested to see her interactions with the Spring Maiden, because she hasn't personally met her. Also, I'm digging that kind of punk design for the Spring Maiden. Like, God, yes, please. I want to know what was going on with Hazel, because he has, like, a burn or, like, a scar up here, and I want to know what the rest of that is, and I'm intrigued. So the Seer Grim, good to know that it can do all that fun thing. Ah, God. Things are heating up. I hope you guys have a good week. Can't believe I forgot about that. I hope you guys have a good week. This has been a very good episode. We want to know your guys' thoughts on it. How did your guys' opinions of Weiss change? Because I know a lot of people really hated her during the beginning of RWBY. Now a lot of people really love her. Like, I was one of the people, like, I liked her as a character. I liked her character, but personally she really upset me. And then once we got a little bit more background, it was like, okay, this is something very interesting, something I can personally relate to a great deal. I love you, I would die for you. So I'm excited to see that. I'm excited to see how Ilya responds with Sienna. And I know that a lot of people were kind of hating on me for saying that I have such affection for Ilya, the character. It's like, one, she's a really interesting character because she functions in this kind of morally gray area where she just, And a lot of people are like, oh, I don't think she's a good person. I mean, she punched those girls' teeth in, and it's like, it's important to consider the context in that situation, because, like, she just watched people that she knew, people she probably considered family, be murdered because of poor work conditions. Something that could have been prevented, like a loss of life that could have been prevented if someone had simply just cared more. And these people that she knew were laughing at it and mocking that and her pain. And in that moment of emotion, of that raw pain, it's not unsurprising that she lashed out, because in that situation, you either freeze up, you run, or you fight. And her instinct was to fight back. So I'm not justifying what she did necessarily, but I'm just saying it is an understandable reaction to what happened. And I also want to point out that, like, all these people were freaking out about Roman torturing. We're like, oh yeah, Roman's my favorite character. I'd say Ilya is a lot more redeemable than Roman, but no one is really given that same level of hate to him. I just want to point that out. But I'm excited to see. I want to know what happens and see what happens with Corsic and Finnick, because it seems like they're going to have a bigger role based on the intro. And Cinder! God, how could I forget about Cinder? So she can talk again, so she's finally worked through that. So, she's still trying to train her power. She's still a little bit stiff on that one side of her body, which is interesting to note. I love her design. I love that she kept the glass heels. That was a very nice thing to hear. She doesn't do chess. She doesn't do piece-by-piece movements. I think because she's stuck waiting, it's harder for her to obey Salem, but I think she ultimately still has no choice. So I will see you guys next week, hopefully on time, but probably not, because I'm nearing the end of the term. I only have like 3 weeks left, so we're doing all our final projects and whatnot. If you guys ever want to see the stuff that I do at art school, I do have an art Twitter. I think it's Unkillable NPC. So you guys can see that stuff there, but I want to know what you guys thought about this episode. I want to know how you guys' opinions have changed over Weiss. So I hope you guys have a wonderful week and that you guys enjoyed the episode.